Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's makeup look, I'm going to show you how to recreate this glittery eye look with a little touch of white eyeliner between your crease. It is super easy and I like doing these easy makeup looks for you guys just so you guys can recreate it at home. All the products will be listed in the description box below just because I want you guys to see how I do it and not kind of explaining the products. So if you guys want to learn how to recreate this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with this white eyeshadow base. I'm just going to apply it all over my lids as you guys can see. Make sure you apply a very thin layer just because it could get cakey and we don't want that. And then I will be setting it with kind of like a nudie white eyeshadow just so the eyeshadow can stay in place and it won't kind of crease and move around. So I will be going in with these two palettes, but first I'm going to start off with the Tarte palette and I'm just going to take this soft brown color with my crease brush and just build this up into my crease. So this will be a transition shade that I will be working with, and it has a little orange undertones. So eventually with my 35O palette, as you guys will see, I will be using this really burnt orange, which is all the way to the right on the third row, and I will be building this into my crease. Now remember, a little bit does go a long way, so as you guys can see, I'm starting off with a little bit of product and eventually you'll see that it will be intensified. The combination of both of these eyeshadows gave me the exact color I wanted because it's not just a burnt orange color, but it just has that natural brown undertones to it. And with the 35O palette, I'm going to be taking these kind of, it's like a gray brown color, and I'm just going to work this to the outer corner of my eye, and I'm just going to kind of blend it up. And then I'm just going to take this solid brown color from my Tarte palette and I'm just going to kind of intensify it a little more. Now we're going to go in back with the eyeshadow base that we use to set our eyes, and we're going to cut half of our crease. Now I do recommend to set it immediately just because if it's wet and you kind of open your eyes, it will get on your crease and it is just not cute. It is a mess and it is ridiculous. Now on the next clip you guys will see that I will be applying this glue, but you won't really see it, but it is the NYX glue, and also I will be applying their glitter. Now with this process I do like to move very quickly just because it makes it easier and it's less of a hassle to kind of clean up. So I will be taking the dark colors that we used again for the outer part of our eye, and I will be intensifying it and kind of just bring it up and drag it kind of to the inner corner. And then I will be taking a little fine brush and kind of just dragging a little bit of the glitter so it can kind of give like a fake ombre effect. So I will be taking this white eyeliner from the inner tear duct of my eye to half of my crease to kind of give it a half cut crease kind of effect. And you have to make sure to let this dry. Like as you guys can see, I'm going to take a fan and everything. And when it was wet, I was like, but when it dried out, I was like, damn. So now I will be taking this makeup wipe and try to remove as much glitter as I can from my face because glitter, it is the messiest thing ever. And after I'm done, I will apply my moisturizer and then my primer. Now I've been using this technique, so I'll put the primer on and then I'll just use this stippling brush and press it into my pores, and the difference that it makes is impeccable. And then I'll just go in with my foundation, and I do put a lot of foundation just because this was kind of like an intense makeup look. So I'll just keep putting on, and then as you can see, I use a foundation brush to kind of spread it over my face and then just kind of blend it all and let it sink into my face with my beauty sponge. Now this is from Morphe's, and you guys, amazing. Like, I love it. So now I use these two concealers. One is very dark and the other one is just way too light. So I do mix them together. Now, what I like to do is I make sure that it doesn't matter like the amount of product because it can either be lighter or darker than my skin tone. Now, I will not leave it like that. I will take the lighter one, which is like in color porcelain, and I will apply it right on top. And what I also am doing, as you guys can see, is cleaning up my eyeshadow because that little roundness down there was just looking nasty. And I do apply on my nose for some reason. I've been kind of liking it. I don't know why, but as you guys can see here, as I was saying, I do use a lighter color, and this just gives it such a natural look. Like, it gives you that little highlight under the eye, but it's not crazy intense. I've been using this for about a couple of months now, and I am truly in love with this technique. Like, you guys just have to try this. Now onto setting our face, I will be taking my beauty sponge and then applying the translucent powder on top just to make sure that there are no creases under my eyes. And I do apply this translucent powder on my smile lines as well because I do crease, and I will be applying it on my nose. Now as you can see, I do apply a generous amount and I keep on pressing it into my skin. And then I just use my NARS powder foundation and just set my whole face and kind of wipe off that translucent powder as well. And as you guys can see, it looks like a matte soft canvas. Now onto bronzing. I do take a big brush just to bronze up my forehead, and then I'm going to take an angle brush to kind of bronze up the apples of my cheeks. Now, I make a weird face bronzing. I don't know why, but this just helps me kind of carve out my cheekbones and everything, so don't judge me. It was just, I don't know. This is how I kind of learned how to contour and bronze up my face, if that makes any sense. So this is just like techniques that I use, to be honest. And I'm just going to take this gray undertone and just contour my nose. Just, you know, make it a little slimmer, look a little fake. And I will be taking the Airspun powder to kind of just clean up that bronzer and make it look a little cleaner. Now onto my favorite part, which is of course highlight. And as you guys can see here, I do make a weird face. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is with me, but this is just how I do my makeup. So I will apply it to the temples of my cheeks, and I also just make a little ball at the tip of my nose, drag it up, and of course gotta highlight that cupid's bow. And you cannot forget to highlight your brow bone and of course the inner tear duct of your eyes. I use this big fluffy brush just to wipe away all that translucent powder. Now for the bottom lash line, basically you want to redo all the steps all over again. So you're going to want to use that light brown, then the burnt orange, and the dark brown, and then those kind of gray purpley colors, and then the really intense brown. And then you just want to blend it and apply mascara. Then we're just going to apply these very fluffy eyelashes. Now I really have a love and hate relationship with these lashes. For my eye in particular, they're not long enough. So as you guys will see in the inner tear duct, there's just like this long piece of eyelash. But I do like how they're so fluffy, and they kind of did go with this makeup look. You don't see it much, but since I kind of noticed it, I'm just going to point it out to you guys. But I like the way it came out. You know, it's just very fluffy. They're Dodo lashes, so I'll leave the number down in the description box below, of course. But I'm not going to go in depth, of course, in how I apply them specifically. My first video does have that in, or if you guys want, I'll make a separate video on the application of just lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my NYX Lingerie lipstick. And this does remind me of Dolce K from Kylie, but Kylie's more of a purple undertone and NYX is more of like the brown undertone, so I do prefer this one. And as you guys will see, I will take my ring finger and just press the color to kind of loosen it up. And this is the end of the makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any requests on the next video you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments below. You can private message me, whatever you guys prefer. With this video, I really wanted it to be different but simple, so it won't be difficult for others to try. So until next time.